Okay, Sketchfab has some new stuff. I think Epic owns this now. It's interesting. This is free to download, and I'm going to convert this using Bento Buddy and bring it into Second Life. And I've already downloaded this. It was an FBX. Those work out pretty well. I've already gone through this before to make sure it works. We have enough bones. And I noticed that we need a reference frame because this pose is not the reference frame. We need to put the rest pose as the reference frame. If I go into edit, you'll notice that the rest pose is not in any of the animation. So I'll put it on frame 1 since that's empty. If it wasn't empty, I would select all these keys and move them over one frame to make space for it, but I don't need to do that. Also notice that in order to test this, I want to put it to frame 50 because that's where the last key is. And notice that there's probably going to be a small pause, a little, yeah. So if we say it starts at frame 2, the pause should go away. Alright, so that loops pretty well. I just want to put a reference frame here so we know, so that the animation engine knows how to get to this. And it needs a reference frame to do that. So Alt-R to reset the orientation and Alt-G to reset the translation. And I already have a key set in here. Look, right, so put that. Now I have to go to the template creator. I'm going to map these bones for our modular system to work. It'll convert the character for use with Second Life and also export the animation. So visual snap mapper, I'll do action, and that will create a proxy rig. Since I want to use the safe bones, which are all the end bones, for quick mapping, I'm going to enable the view of all these bones. So show all bones, and I'd like to hide this mesh. So I'll say hide the mesh, and I'll select all these. And over here I say select the safe bones on the proxy and deposit. And this should just give me an instant map. And I can just reset the stage after that. Unhide the mesh, show mesh, and then just go over and export the mesh. Character converter, make copy, make sure you do this. It creates a copy of everything and convert. You'll notice that it's a copy. I can just export that copy. And when it's done, I can delete the copy. So that's done. Now for the animation. Let's go to character tools, and we could use retarget motion with glue enabled, but then we have to reset the stage after we're done with that. Instead of that, I'm going to just go over to bone control and say snap bones, because I can just delete that rig when I'm done. And this is the animation proxy, so I can export it, animation, export features. I do want to include the start frame 1 because that's the reference, but for loop I want to loop from frame 2 because that'll give us a smooth animation, and just export that. And when that's no longer red, it's done. I can just delete this rig now. Let's go into Second Life and see what we get. Alright, I've been through this a couple of times already just to make sure it works. I'm going to upload the animation. This here. Drop that into the box. This is my anchor, so I can click on the animesh link set. If you've dealt with animesh before, you'll note that the animesh is oftentimes hard to capture because it's not in the place that it shows visually. And my typical script here that comes with Bento Buddy, and I'll upload the mesh. I don't need this lower portion here. Good joint positions always for these custom things, and upload that. I'm in edit, so this is going to be easy. Just drop it on the box. Alright, shift and click the box to make the box selected as well, and the last thing selected will be the root when you link. And animesh, turn that on. I know it syncs below, so I'll just lift that and start the animation. And everything works, even that little wick thing.